decide. You can also go ahead and spin the narrative of the DMK, but the fact of the matter is that this issue is currently before the Supreme Court of India. You don't get to decide which orders to follow and which orders to not follow. My point is, the way the government is behaving, it almost seems like they are telling the Hindu community, we will not give you this right. We will not let it happen. There are memes online by the DMK IT cell which pretty much say, we won't allow this to happen, cope. You can cry and plead all you want, this lamp will not be lit. Right now, it almost seems like an act of showing the Hindu community their place. And that is what could end up uniting people across castes. That is the question I'm asking.
You can spin the BJP RSS narrative. The government will follow what it has been followed for 100-year-old years. And 2014 and 2017, the judgment of 1996 has been reserved. That the 100-year-old lamp has been lit on that particular pillar even during this time. When Madam Jayalalitha was there in power by 2014 and 2017, the same ADMK government doesn't allow the same pillar to be lit up. Then how come the DMK government will follow the new rules?
Okay, Abhijit and Mitra, is there principally a difference in perception of how politicians from the north, parties in the north, view these traditions and how people in Tamil Nadu view these traditions? For example, what did Karthi Chidambaram say today? He said RSS doesn't even know the kind of Hinduism that is practiced in Tamil Nadu. These people are ignorant. They think they can impose their brand of, cowbelt politics on Tamil Nadu, and that is not happening. Is there a basic divide in understanding?
Yes and no. Please remember, the people who want to go light that lamp are Tamilians. They are not North Indians. They're not Biharis or UP walas going there and trying to light that lamp, number one. Notice the evasions out here. Very clever. It is the 100-year-old tradition, but it's a 6th century Pandya temple. The Pandyas built it. They don't want to tell you what happened for the last few thousand years. They only want you to focus on the last 100 years. Let's not forget, it was their ally, an IUML MP called Mr. Nawaz, I think his name is, who was caught this January eating beef curry in the dargah, even though the whole temple is considered sacred. He then said, no, I wasn't eating non-veg. Then the videos his own followers put up showed that he was eating beef curry out there. They have desecrated that land, their own ally, their own MP, that they are in alliance with. Jinnah's party, by the way. Imagine the DMK and the Congress are in alliance with Jinnah's party. That is the beauty of it all. So please, give me a break. Sure, there are a lot of things the RSS doesn't get about Tamil Nadu, but on this one, they've nailed it.
Harish Ibrahim.
That's a joke. RSS and BJP are irrelevant for another century or another 2-3 centuries in Tamil Nadu. Please mark my words, okay? And number two, coming to the sacrifice which the goats has been sacrificed on the Murugan temple below the Dargah. So these narratives which the BJP and RSS want to spin across to create a divisive nature in Tamil Nadu doesn't work, because as you stated earlier, the sensibility of Tamilian and the Tamilian voters, which is not irrelevant to the BJP, they can try whatever they may sow, but it doesn't work 0.01%. That is the reason they have been getting zero every time and again, right? This is not only for the particular election, even for another 2-3 centuries, the BJP and RSS will be in irrelevant parties in Tamil Nadu, because they doesn't understand the sensibility which the Tamil people follows.
Abhijit, quick rebuttal.
We have 13 lakh people in Tiruvannamalai.
Padmaja, that I remember the last we heard from General Niazi in Dhaka. We shall see.
Okay, we shall see.
And Tamil Nadu will see it far more better than other North Indian states, right? Tamil Nadu will make sure you to run for your life. The BJP and RSS, take it from here. You will run for your life.
They're so violent.
And again, if you try to create,
to create
a divisive politics,
is it any surprise that the flag is the same color as the
you guys will run for your life if you try to create a divisive politics.
He's threatening your national TV.
You can take it as a threat.
Violent jihadi fellow. Violent jihadi threatening me on national TV.
When RSS can do what kind of divisive politics in Tamil Nadu, you take it as a threat or anything. We doesn't care. We doesn't care for your divisive politics. Tamil Nadu
Don't
will
care.
stand
At least learn
firm.
to speak English properly.
We Dravidian
Osama,
politics.
Okay. Let's put a lid on that. You will never be able to understand the sensibilities, and all the politicians today from Tamil Nadu have said, Siddharth Yadav, you will not make inroads this issue or any other issue because you simply do not understand Tamil Nadu.
First of all, Padmaja, I think the kind of statements that are being made from the panelists that are sitting on your show, I think there's a very famous saying in Hindi, bujhta hua diya zyada bhabakta hai. That's what happening to them. Number two, the people who were getting lathi charged by the police for who wished to follow the orders of the honorable court, who had the right, who were given that right by the judicial system of our country, those people were Tamilians. Do not forget that. But you know this, the appeasement has gone to so much to your head that you would try and arrest Tamilians, you would try and lathi charge Tamilians, you would dare them, you would kill them, but you would not, digress from the appeasement politics. Once you understand that who are the people who are demanding this, you would get to know. Point number 3, you are speaking of a 100-year tradition. I think Abhijit Iyer Mitra has very rightly put out, you are not speaking before that, just for your own politics. This is a settled issue. When the court heard it, the court heard all aspects, the 1920 civil suit, the 1923 order, the 1931 Privy Council order, the entire hill, except just a small part, was declared a Hindu, was declared for the Hindu temple. This was a settled law. But when the courts even decide that, what is shocking to see that an alliance, a party who speaks for the constitution or who speaks for the democracy can go all out to scare the judiciary and dismantle the judicial system in our country, to even serve impeachment motions just because they don't like the decisions the judiciary is making.
Okay, I'll give the final minute to Mr. Saravanan. Intimidation and repression will see a blowback. You will see a fight back, and it's not about the BJP RSS, sir. The ordinary Hindus of Tamil Nadu will react to what you're doing right now.
Yeah. See, the ordinary Hindus of the state of Tamil Nadu are benefited by the Dravidian politics. We have 69% reservation for the ordinary Hindus in the state of Tamil Nadu, which any other state does not have. And the ordinary Hindus are benefited by this progressive policies of the Dravidian government. The DMK is the most pro-Hindu party across the country. You cannot compare our pro-Hindu moves.
Mr. Saravanan, here's where you may be erring, where you think that a progressive Hindu doesn't care for his religion and doesn't want to worship and doesn't want to light that diya. You could be progressive, you could still be availing of your reservation, and you could still want to pray in your temple. That's where you are wrong. That perhaps people who care the most for their religion come from the various communities, come from the strata which you think care only for reservation. I'm going to leave it at that. More importantly, there cannot be a government deciding who gets to pray and who doesn't. It is before the Supreme Court. Everyone must follow the law, including the government. And joining us now is Mr. S. Gurumurthy, editor of Tughlaq. Thank you very much, sir, for speaking to us. Today, Mohan Bhagwat ji said that intervention is not needed because the awakening of Hindus is enough to bring desired result. How does one interpret this in context of the Thiruparankundram controversy?
See, in Thiruparankundram, the issue is a very simple issue. It is not a Hindu-Muslim issue so far as the lighting of the Deepam is concerned. Because the Muslims themselves have said that you can light the lamp. So it is a matter which the DMK government has politicized, and therefore the BJP has taken up the matter. The real issue between the Hindus and Muslims was not about the location of the dargah on the temple, on the mountain. But the Hindus have no objection to the dargah being there. So fundamentally there is no difference between Hindus and Muslims on that point. The one difference is that in the dargah there should be no animal sacrifice because the mountain is a holy mountain. That is the dispute, and that was the dispute between Hindus and Muslims, and the matter went to the court. At the division bench level of the Madras High Court, it has been decided that because the mountain is holy for the Hindus for the last 2000 years, animal sacrifice is not appropriate. So that matter is subject to judicial proceedings and it may go to Supreme Court. But both sides are amenable to a judicial determination. So there is no question of this matter escalating, it is purely political. What Mohan Rao Bhagavat meant is only this, it's a local issue and the Hindus will fight it out. And there is no scope for escalation. If it escalates, let us see. It is a very responsible statement. He never said, come on, we will take it up and we will do this. I mean, it's a very responsible statement he has made, taking the ground level situation into account.
But does it also signify some kind of counter mobilization? Because we're seeing a lot of mobilization being done by parties like the VCK, by the MDMK, even by some members of the DMK. A Padyatra is being planned. Some advocates I saw the other day on the 8th had protested against Justice Swaminathan himself. So when the RSS chief says that Hindu awakening is going to counter this or solve the issue, is there a sense that there is going to be a counter mobilization? You see, there is no need for mobilization in this. The escalation is being done by the DMK because of the upcoming elections. Because, you see, colonially, there has been an anti-national stream in Tamil Nadu, the Dravidian stream. Unfortunately, the Muslim and to some extent the Christian extremists got associated with the Dravidian movement. And that became a vote bank for the DMK. And the DMK wants to sustain this vote bank, particularly because it feels that with Vijay, a Christian, coming into the electoral scene, it may lose these votes. Otherwise, there is no need for this dispute when Muslims and the Hindus have agreed that the Hindus can light the Deepam. Where is the issue? And the issue has been escalated by making it an all India issue, by targeting the judge who gave the judgment, and he has not given a wrong judgment. He has given the right judgment, even assuming that he has his personal opinion and a very staunch Hindu, that the judgment he has given is not as a Hindu, he has given it as a judicial person, and that judgment is open to appeal in the division bench and in the Supreme Court. And so to have taken up this matter to the extent of creating a controversy, confrontation with the judiciary is only with this vote bank politics in mind. Who is escalating it? Who is mobilizing? And if there is mobilization and there will be counter mobilization, the BJP is not going to keep quiet. You know, you say that he has given an impartial judgment, but his background is being held against him. The fact that he's associated with the Hindu Munani. Earlier, there have been advocates who have accused him of misconduct and caste bias. So it's being alleged that essentially, and I'm just quoting what I see on social media, you know, a lot of slurs about Sanghi ideology. Even when Mohan Bhagavat ji spoke today, it was said that, oh, you know, this is this Sanghi agenda which is being pushed now via Justice Swaminathan into a secular state like Tamil Nadu. Is the background of the judge itself problematic here?
You see, the background of any judge can be questioned. For example, a DMK district secretary had become the judge of the Madras High Court and he even became the judge of the Supreme Court. That somebody has a particular affiliation, whether with a political party or with an ideology, doesn't disqualify him as a judge. If that is the case, Many judges will have to be disqualified because of their political affiliations. But whether he has given this judgment contrary to facts, contrary to law, is the issue. He has not decided it contrary to law or contrary to facts. He has decided it in accordance with law. You can never say that Swaminathan is a partial judge or a Hindu judge because he has given the most anti-Hindu judgment in a particular case where a book was written by a leftist and a Dravidian thinker trashing women who pray for children in a temple, saying that in that night all these women sleep with local riffraffs and get impregnated, and that book would never have been approved by any judicial mind, even a fair judicial mind. Swaminathan approved it and said that he has the right to write that book. I have criticized that judgment. How do you say Swaminathan is a Hindutva thinker? It's completely wrong.
It's quite ironic that you mentioned how some anti-Hindu judgments have been given by Justice Swaminathan, and here you have the BJP actually defending him and saying that he should not be bullied or impeachment should be used as. And yet, because judicial independence should not be subjected to this kind of intimidation. But I also want to ask you about the whole idea. How is it? And you have asserted again and again, Mr. Gurumurthy, that this is never a communal issue. Yet, even today, when the RSS chief has spoken, all the reactions that I saw were again on the same lines. That this is an attempt to demolish the dargah, that you are trying to create a Babri Masjid moment. Even some people saying that the Deepatoon itself is only a surveyor's stone. It's nothing more than that.
You see, first I will deal with the Deepatoon. Tamil Nadu government itself has published a book in 1981, Archaeology Department, which says two things. That Thiruparankundram temple has a 2000 year history and it figures in the Sangam literature, which is about 2nd to 3rd century AD. So, the antiquity of the temple, antiquity of the mountain is established. Second, Tirumala Nayaka in 1600 thereabouts established this Deepatoon, and there is an inscription in that Deepatoon according to the Tamil Nadu government book itself, dated 1981, which says only those who have done punyam will be able to light the lamp here. It is there, and there is a Hanuman carving there. Important thing is that book itself mentions that the local people used to light the lamp on Kartikeya Deepam day. This is according to the Tamil Nadu government archaeological department published book itself.
Which now the government doesn't accept. Because again, the whole narrative is that either you are going to communalize it or
No,
you
doesn't
can
accept that. The government doesn't even know about it. The government doesn't even know about it. That is why they have
So
sent
why is this
another set of people to look at that Deepatoon.
Why do you think, sir, that this communal narrative is being inserted again and again? Because the one word I hear repeated over and over and over and over is Babri. You are doing a Babri in Madurai.
You see, if the RSS or the BJP or any Hindu Munnani, they say that this dargah should be removed, then they can say that this is the agenda. They are not saying that. You are saying it. You are actually trying to say that this is what they want to do. They have not said that. In fact, they have only objected to animal sacrifice, which is the only dispute. There is no other dispute with the Muslims, and that is subject to judicial determination. This entire narrative they are creating and using social media and this impeachment motion is to create a pro minority atmosphere because of the elections which is coming, and they are trying to divide the minorities and the Hindus, and it is not going to do good to Tamil Nadu or to them, because in Tamil Nadu religious feeling is rising and they should not be doing this. They cannot throw a lighted match to a train of gunpowder.
What do you mean, sir, when you say that religious feeling is rising in Tamil Nadu? In what way?
You see, from 1970s, the attendance in temples used to be few hundreds. Today it is few lakhs. And there is a huge amount of awakening among the people around the temples, and this cuts across all parties. DMK ministers, DMK leaders, Stalin's wife, they are all going around in temples and praying. Tamil Nadu has changed. And if you want to hit the feelings of temple goers and the bhakti feelings they have, this is likely to turn into a tornado. And Murugan is a very, very important deity. It is called Tamil Kadavul. He is a Tamil god. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? And for what? Just for few votes? Creating a dispute which doesn't exist. Making Muslims, poor Muslims, a party to the case where they are not. You are creating a perception it is a Hindu versus Muslim. Show me one Muslim leader in Tamil Nadu who has made a statement that Deepam should not be lit. One Muslim leader.
You know, when you talk about this religious feeling rising, the counter to that can be that these same people who are thronging to temples are also giving a clear majority and giving truckloads of votes to the DMK. That's what they argue, that we are actually very different from the rest of the country, because even the Hindus here are secular Hindus, they are Dravidian Hindus, they vote for us.
See, unfortunately, the word secular is being very, very trivially used. They are divided on caste basis. It is the caste leadership which decides the votes. This happened in the north also. Till the Ram Janmabhoomi movement united the Hindus, people were voting on caste basis completely. And now there is a higher idea of Hindu unity. And in Tamil Nadu, there was no sense of Hindu at all, and that has come now. But you are now turning it into what is a cultural and religious Hindu feeling. DMK is afraid of it because DMK is afraid of Hindu religion itself. They oppose Hindu religion itself. And by opposing Hindu religion like this, they are creating a political Hindu atmosphere in Tamil Nadu. They are doing it.
So the manner in which you said that across castes Hindus were united by the Ram Janmabhoomi movement, do you think that same could happen in Tamil Nadu thanks to what is happening in Thiruparankundram?
It is actually happening. Otherwise, the BJP will not be getting last election. They got 18% votes. How did they get it? It is because slowly people are realizing, even the castes are, because I very closely work with many caste organizations. They feel that their caste name is being misused, and caste vote banks are now beginning to melt. It's a fact. It will take time. But they are fast forwarding it now. The DMK, I don't know, it is so ill-advised that if they are doing it in the name of some Ram, I can understand. Tamil Nadu, many people feel it's not so close as Murugan is. Murugan is close to the heart of the Tamils. And why are they doing it when there is no dispute at all? I think it's not only ill-advised, it's foolish of them to do it. especially when they are ruling. I can understand if they are not ruling also. They want to create complications for the government which has a different view. They are ruling. They are supposed to ensure that there is law and order, that there is no division between communities, and their idea must be how to run the state. But they don't seem to have that good intention at all, or even a practical idea at all.
Okay, well, whatever their politics is, whatever their intentions is, the DMK knows best. But what cannot be disputed is that at no point should impeachment be used as a weapon of intimidation against a judge simply because you don't agree with what is happening, the matter still being sub judice. For sharing your wisdom on this, Mr. Gurumurthy, thank you very much for speaking to us.
What does Sufism mean to you?
Sufism is about love. Higher ideals are more fascinating than normal love song or anything. Talk about Khwaja Mere Khwaja, Kun Faya Kun. It's all about higher ideals. I'm bringing the same spirit to Delhi. So book your tickets from District app. See you, Delhi.
They ruled the world. Won 1 billion hearts. Now, meet the champions who made the nation proud. The Indian women's cricket team at the NDTV Indian of the Year.
I just feel very privileged in the film industry, an industry that I'm extremely proud of.
I'm honored to receive this prestigious award.
I feel overwhelmed that the NDTV has chosen me for this very special award.
Thank you so very much. This means a lot to me.
It's a great honor and a great privilege.
Really blessed to get this, and I'm really happy.
This is one of the few moments I'm going to be humble, so please record this properly, guys.
आज का दिन सबसे पहले जो फुट सोल्डर्स जो प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर्स जो टीम है उनको सेलिब्रेट करने का है.
And the NDTV Indian of the Year Award 2025 goes to
NDTV Indian of the Year 2025, 19 December, New Delhi. Ideas, inspiration, impact.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind. I pause. I reflect. I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
Namaste, India. As you all know, I've been traveling around the world with my music. But this one is truly special. Something that's India. You all must have seen the magic that was created in Kun Faya Kun. Now it's your chance to experience it with me. So book your tickets from District app, and together let's create harmony of hearts. See you, Delhi.
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot straight and tell you stories the way they need to be told. Unfiltered, unafraid, unmissable. That's how I roll. Watch me, Priyanka Deo, on NDTV World. Namaste.
other opposition parties.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only Prime Minister Narendra Modi spoke with US President Donald Trump a while ago. The two leaders reviewed progress in India-US comprehensive global strategic partnership. It's important that this call comes at a time when the government has said that trade talks between the two countries are progressing well. Talking about this conversation, Prime Minister Modi said on social media that it was a very warm conversation with focus on trade and defense. Indigo CEO Peter Elbers has been summoned by DGCA to appear before its committee on the 12th of December for questioning about recent large-scale flight disruptions and cancellations. The airline disclosed this development to stock exchanges as per SEBI regulation. Elbers was already summoned by the DGCA today. He will appear before the officials again on Friday. Indigo, in a regulatory filing, said that Elbers has been asked to appear before the committee of officers at DGCA on the 12th. The owners of the Goa club where a blaze killed 25 people, the Luthra brothers, facing culpable homicide charges, have been arrested. In Thailand, they were denied bail by a Delhi court and very soon they will be deported to India from Thailand. During the court hearing, the Luthra brothers claimed that they had a history of booking last-minute flights. They also said that they were not present at the club at the time the fire broke out. That's it then today from me, but remember, on every story that matters, the buck stops here. Up next is Vishnu Shom with Left, Right and Centre.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else. Only on NDTV network.
21 days in Kashmir. People have bombarded me, friends, with requests for an unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground.
Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling.
They're now India's smallest but possibly the most powerful crime family. Cough syrup has killed at least 25 children. Gaikwad sahab, aise mat kijiye. Suddenly people are wondering about the weaponization of India-Pakistan cricket. We live and breathe elections. You will not believe your eyes or ears when I show you what I'm about to do.
And for a country that has fought so many wars in the mountains and at high altitude.
We're standing on the Indian Navy's newest warship.
The line of control, Shiv Arun, NDTV.
Front lines of Kargil, the fury of Operation Sindhu,
So many attacks.
the chaos and cries of disaster zones, to fighter jet cockpits, and the world's most defining interviews.
It's incredible.
He has seen history break, live, unfiltered. 20,000 hours of live broadcasting.
Welcome to Left, Right and Centre.
Hard facts.
War-struck country.
Hard questions.
In the Ukraine.
30 years of trust.
In the Kargil area. North Ukraine. In France. In Italy. At Srinagar. Hi, Mr. Khan. Vishnu Shom for NDTV.
Vishnu Shom. Only on NDTV.
What does Sufism mean to you?
Sufism is about love. Higher ideals are more fascinating than normal love song or anything. Talk about Khwaja Mere Khwaja, Kun Faya Kun. It's all about higher ideals. I'm bringing the same spirit to Delhi. So book your tickets from District app. See you, Delhi.
They ruled the world. Won 1 billion hearts. Now, meet the champions who made the nation proud. The Indian women's cricket team at the NDTV Indian of the Year.
I just feel very privileged in the film industry, an industry that I'm extremely proud of.
I am honored to receive this prestigious award.
I feel overwhelmed that the NDTV has chosen me for this very special award.
Thank you so very much. This means a lot to me.
It's a great honor and a great privilege.
Really blessed to get this, and I'm really happy.
This is one of the few moments I'm going to be humble, so please record this properly, guys.
आज का दिन सबसे पहले जो फुट सोल्जर्स जो प्रिजाइडिंग ऑफिसर्स जो टीम है उनको सेलिब्रेट करने का है.
And the NDTV Indian of the Year Award 2025 goes to
NDTV Indian of the Year 2025, 19 December, New Delhi. Ideas, inspiration, impact.
What seems settled for me is unfinished business. So I rewind, I pause, I reflect, I dig until what's buried stands up to be counted. Breaking ground, not just headlines, the meaning behind them. This is Breaking Ground with me, Vedika Sood.
Namaste, India. As you all know, I've been traveling around the world with my music. But this one is truly special. Something that's India. You all must have seen the magic that was created in Kun Faya Kun. Now it's your chance to experience it with me. So book your tickets from District app and together let's create harmony of hearts. See you, Delhi.
I don't sugarcoat. I shoot straight and tell you stories the way they need to be told. Unfiltered, unafraid, unmissable. That's how I roll. Watch me, Priyanka Deo, on NDTV World. Namaste.
Other opposition parties.
They argue, I conclude. They deflect, I drill down. This isn't a free-for-all. It's a reckoning. No filler, no fog. Only the facts and where they lead. Every night at 9, the case closes because the buck stops here.
Across the country.
He has tracked the pulse of power from Washington to Korea. Witnessed history being made in global capitals and conflict zones. Brought clarity to complex issues of national security and international affairs. Aditya Raj Kaul, covering international affairs like no one else. Only on NDTV network.
21 days in Kashmir. People have bombarded me, friends, with requests for an unfiltered list of things I saw and observed on the ground.
Very special ground report from the line of control. There were some children who've lost limbs in the shelling.
They are now India's smallest but possibly the most powerful crime family. Cough syrup has
Good evening, welcome to Left, Right and Centre. I'm Vishnu Shom. On the programme this evening, a new photo of the Luthra brothers surrounded by Thai officials at an immigration facility has emerged, with fresh details now coming in on when they'll actually be in India. In the next 1 minute or so, we'll bring you those details. But first, the two were detained from their hotel room in Thailand following a request from India. They are being taken to Bangkok tomorrow morning for legal formalities and they are being handed over to Indian authorities. Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra are wanted in India in connection with the fire tragedy that resulted in the death of 25 people at a nightclub that they own in Goa. In the latest photo, the one that you see, the two brothers are seen sitting on chairs in front of Thai officers at the Phuket Immigration Control Center. The Luthras fled India soon after the tragedy, anticipating arrest as the probe brought them into the limelight. The Delhi-based restaurateurs also approached a court in Delhi through their lawyer seeking anticipatory bail. The big question now, when will they be brought to India? I'm joined by Shiv Arur, who's got the latest. Shiv, what's the formality now?
The two brothers, Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra, are to be flown from Phuket to Bangkok. It's a short flight tomorrow morning sometime, after which we understand that the extradition proceedings and all of the complicated paperwork between India and Thailand could take anywhere between 24 hours to possibly even 2 or 3 days, or in a rare instance even longer. There is a team from the Goa police that is in Bangkok. There are other Indian officials. Obviously the Indian embassy in Bangkok will be assisting with all of this as well, to put together everything required to bring them back at the earliest. Remember, today's day 5, Vishnu, since their departure, which as NDTV first reported was 90 minutes after that blaze took place in Goa, in which 25 people died. Even in Phuket, it took a while to actually round them up, but clearly more details will emerge, maybe a day or two from now. It's quite obvious that there's been a degree of deep cooperation between India and Thailand as far as rounding these two brothers up, getting them into that immigration detention center, having their passports cancelled and curtailing any possible forward travel, because it is also clear now that there was some kind of an intention for the two brothers to maybe separate and one of them to travel to another country, or perhaps both of them to move towards Dubai or somewhere else in the Middle East. So tomorrow, Bangkok, extradition proceedings, paperwork happens there, and 2 or 3 days later, hopefully, the extradition will be successful and they will be deported back to India. Which city they'll be landing in, Vishnu, curiously enough, is not clear just yet. We've seen various reports from Goa to Mumbai to straight to Delhi. We don't know just yet, but the ultimate proceedings obviously will happen under the Goa police in Goa.
In fact, we've got a very special guest shift, Sujendra Shankar Das, Standing Counsel for Goa. I'm also joined by Neelam Krishnamurthy, President of the Association of Victims of Upahar, who's fought for the rights of those who've lost their lives in fire tragedies for decades, and Avishkar Singhvi, the Supreme Court advocate. Mr. Das, let me come to you first. Could you give us an idea of the process which was followed in the last 24 or 48 hours in order to get the Luthra brothers detained, and eventually the process that will get them back to India?
Yes. So definitely the brothers had fled the country rightly after the incident, and they approached Delhi courts seeking anticipatory bail. Today, Delhi court has refused to entertain the application. It has been dismissed. In the meantime, a lookout circular was issued, and the passport of both the brothers have been impounded, and they have been detained by the Thai police. And definitely the due process of law will follow, and they'll be handed over to the Indian authorities. That the process may take some time, but it will be certainly done in a couple of days' time. Ultimately, the purpose is that they should join the investigation. This is a very tragic incident, and today the Delhi court has rightly given its verdict in a recent order why the anticipatory bail should have been rejected, and it has been rightly rejected by the court.
Mr. Das, it's an important point that you make, and I think we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves. There is a legal process in Thailand as well. Extradition doesn't happen automatically. They'll be presented before a judge where presumably they will have legal representation on the basis of which a judge will decide. Is that right, Mr. Das?
That is correct. That is correct.
And how long could this process potentially take? Would there likely be a process of appeals, or is this likely to be a hearing followed by a very quick judgment?
So we are expecting the entire process to be completed in the next few days. I won't be able to divulge much information about what has to happen and what we could do. But the only thing I can say is that the exact process which is laid down under the law that will be followed, and Indian authorities will take all records to bring them back to India and make them join in.
Mr. Das, presumably the government of India is fighting this case, right? To bring them back legally. Who's fighting the case in the court in Thailand?
Yes, of course, it's government of India and with the assistance of the state government.
Right, and you've got local lawyers making your case, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
And so it's a couple of days, and you're confident. Obviously, the evidence seems overwhelming. But Mr. Das, to the argument which these people have made in the Delhi court as well, which has been rejected, internationally, the argument that they weren't present at the time, that they do not manage the minute-by-minute running of the facility, right? Do you believe that in a court of law in Thailand, based on their laws, there may be some merit that the judge may see in that argument?
Well, so that's a very subjective question, and it will depend on the plea they take in the court of law. And of course, it can be a conclusive decision, like it's on the basis of information. It's very prima facie view. So, and everything's subject to the further investigation. So, at this stage, what I would say is that the only question is that what is the process to be followed to bring them back to India. So, to that extent, I can say that Indian authorities, both state government and Union of India, will take all records to complete the process as soon as possible.
Mr. Das, to the best of your knowledge, was it difficult or easy to actually get them detained and arrested in Thailand? Were they trying to evade the police, or how exactly were they caught?
There, I won't have any personal information about the process that was being followed to detain them. But we came to know through media only, and then thereafter we have some official communication that they have been detained. So I won't be able to divulge any further information on this aspect.
Mr. Singhvi, I'm just trying to understand. There was an Interpol notice as well. There was a blue corner notice, which, as I understand it, becomes a red corner notice once an individual is detained. That's one part of the law or the process which could have been followed. Then, of course, India and Thailand have an extradition treaty. It's a fairly robust treaty. Do you believe that between the two of them, these men really didn't have much of a chance in escaping? It was almost certain it was just a matter of time before they're brought back?
Well, as you rightly said, that there's an extradition process which is in place, and even though there is a treaty, there are some preconditions which have to be met before an extradition can actually take place. And the person who's being extradited has a right to challenge his extradition on certain very narrow ground of reasons before the court of law, appropriate court of law. So it's a very nascent stage. It's difficult to predict what grounds they will take. And like Surjendu said, that some of the grounds that may be available to them will depend on the investigation, and it will be subject to the investigation.
No, but I'm just trying to understand if there is a passport cancellation, and that's something that India has done, right? We've moved and we've had their passports cancelled. If their passports are cancelled, then therefore they are illegally in Thailand. Does that not potentially strengthen India's case in bringing them back?
I think
closer,
there's a
faster?
distinction. Yes, so there's a distinction between deportation and extradition. And we would need to see what channel the government of India takes to get them back. I also wanted to say that it's a very tragic moment for the nation, and it's inconsolable, and the kind of lives lost in this is extremely sad, and my condolences go out to everyone. But as far as this case is concerned, of course the trial will bring that out at the appropriate stage. But whether the charges are sustained under 304 or 304 Part A, I mean, this is the old IPC. And that will be the main question that will have to be looked at.
And for the benefit of our viewers, 304 pertains to what specifically?
Is culpable homicide not amounting to murder, which carries a sentence of 10 years. And 304 Part A is a minimal sentence of about 2 years. So I think that is what is death by negligence. And in a lot of these cases, which we have seen, depending on the level of procedural non-compliance and the level of actual lapses, as you call them, procedural lapses in terms of complete negligent action, the degree of that, I think over time during the trial, it will be proven whether it's a case of actually culpable homicide not amounting to murder, or is it just a case of death by negligence. So those are vastly different offenses, and the conviction is also vastly different. And I think that's the main question that the courts will have to decide ultimately. Bail, of course, at the time of bail, none of these things are really deliberated. It's only the triple test at the moment. But the other point that I wanted to make was with regard to the fact that it exposes a deep rot in the system with regard to the lack of compliances, and it highlights how many clubs and restaurants, and all these outfits are running all over Delhi, Goa.
You're quite right. Now hold that thought, because that's going to be the second part of my conversation, the larger issues. I'm just trying to deal with two very fine lawyers at the legal points. But Neelam Krishnamurthy is not a lawyer, but believe me, she studied the law so closely when it comes to the issues of culpable homicide versus negligence, 304 and 304A, in fighting a case that got Gopal and Sushil Ansal, the owners of the Opar Theatre, into jail. She won one of the biggest victories. And ma'am, what is your view about culpable homicide not amounting to murder in this case, and 304A, which is negligence? How do you see it applying to this particular case, Mrs. Krishnamurthy?
Actually, it's a fit case for 304 Part 2, that is culpable homicide not amounting to murder. But although even the Goa police has booked him under culpable homicide, but unfortunately, I'll be very honest to you, I don't think it's going to stand in the court, because I know the lawyers very well. They're all going to cite the Opar fire tragedy case. In the Opar fire tragedy case, the Ansals were convicted in 304A. That was my biggest, this against the system. Although we had moved for the enhancement of the charges from 304A to 304 Part 2. But since the CBI had filed a charge sheet in 304A, the court did not agree. Similarly, in the High Court did not take up plea of changing the sentence. And the Supreme Court ultimately in 304A allowed them to walk free. After 20 years, they convicted them. These Luthra brothers must be in the 50s now. By the time the matter
they're in their 40s, in their early 40s.
Okay, so by the time it reaches Supreme Court, they'll be in the 60s. So they come in the senior citizen category. And the lawyers would plead old age. And the Supreme Court they'll all cite Upar. And they'll say old age, let them walk free per man. He's faced
Okay, so ma'am, the point that you're mentioning is that this is going to be a case.
I just want to make one.
Go ahead.
One point here, which is very important. I realize that this is going to be a problem. That's why after the High Court gave the verdict and refused to entertain our petition for 304 Part 2, I wrote to the Law Commission of India, I wrote to the President, and I said there need to be a law to deal with the man-made mass disaster. And this should have maximum up to 14 years of imprisonment. The Law Commission of India, I went and met them. They have also suggested, after my representation, that yes, there needs to be a change. I met Mr. Moily, he was the law minister at that time. They all agreed with me that we do need a law to deal with man-made disaster. Because 304A is not sending down a message that we want to send. There is no deterrence. But unfortunately, that Law Commission report is lying with the government. I have written to the law minister who came in this government earlier, but nobody seems to bother. There is no will. I'm sorry. What all can we do? We are asking, and it's not for me. It will not be retrospective, so it's not going to affect my case. But for future tragedies, if you want some deterrence, it is important to bring in a change in the law. Have a special law to deal with such mass tragedies, please. Don't we value human lives? Thousands of lives have been lost in the last 28 years because of fires. And I come to the studios and I discuss them each time, and I feel defeated that I've not been able to bring in the change that I want to.
Mr. Das, would you like to reflect on what Neelam ji has said? Because I think there's so much there that's critical. As we in the media report this, as we talk about this grave crime, is there a very legal possibility, a very real possibility legally, that these people can be let off on bail soon